take you through the final game of round 3 right here live on the Sunday Ticket. There is the Melbourne Storm team blocker, missing a couple of huge names in Cameron Munster and also Jerome Hughes.
Yeah, good afternoon, Warren and Darcy. Yeah, beautiful afternoon, fast track. Look at the crowd out here this afternoon up here at Knights Home Ground. I think it's only a matter of time before we see Ponga and Bess get going. I think it might be this afternoon, but the Melbourne Storm always showing that little bit of steel. Defensively, they've been outstanding to start the season.
So much drama about these two teams' performances last week. The Knights going down in Golden Point to the Cowboys, a game they look to have won. Xavier Coates, the man who scored the try that will be spoken about for a very long time in the NRL. They hit the field. Jonah Pezzit's back in familiar territory of Newcastle Knights Junior. Harry Grant is here, and there is Pezzit and Wishart. The halves pairing for this game. Pezzit with 9 games under his belt. Tyron Wishart just 31.
Yeah, it's a big game for Jonah Pezzit. A big test too. It's a different when you're playing with an experienced half, but he's on his own this afternoon. You see Wishart come into the side too, playing halfback. He's played there a couple of times already for the Melbourne Storm, but very interested to see how they go.
Bradman Best pouring through the haka either side of the tunnel here at McDonald Jones Stadium. Kalen Ponga, I need him at his best, still to open his try-scoring accounts for 2024. We'll see if he can do that tonight.
Yeah, well, I think it's a must-win here for the Newcastle Knights. They get the first bite. They're about to kick off. A must-win for them. You won't get the Storm at a better time now. No Hughes, no Monster, no bigger Sofa we saw in reserve grade this afternoon for the North Sydney side. Here we go. Nearly the match of the round, this one.
It is Ponga who gets us underway. Hooks it down towards the southwestern corner. The catch made there by Pezzit. And Josh King, a former Newcastle Knight. Here he is now. Bounce away from the tackle of King. They're 30 metres out. To get something going right here, quite obviously. Thompson takes a gain of 10. Ponga out there on the left-hand side. Elliott, the link man again, goes short this time to Jacob Saifiti. Looking for a quick play the ball. King hanging on desperately. Crossland comes to Elliott. Gamble, Gagai, got away from Bradley for the line. Dane Gagai. He plants it down. He put the new centre under huge pressure there, beat him on the outside shoulder, and then with strength and defenders still to beat in cover.
Determined try on his home ground. Gagai scores the try. There's enough numbers around him to make the tackle. As you said, he beat his man on the outside. There's 3 in the tackle here. 1 drops off. Gagai scores. Gee, we've seen that a lot over his career. Powerful. Gets over the stripe. Newcastle Knights open the scoring.
We wondered how the points were going to come. It comes from a defensive miss, as it turns out, by the replacement out here on this left side. Kane Bradley unable to stop Dane Gagai. Gagai might like his chances at replicating that before we're done a couple of times here tonight. Done well to absorb some pressure from Melbourne when they've had to. And Melbourne have had a couple of long-range chances Newcastle escaped from. Now Ponga trying to bend it back. He does so successfully. Brazil, we'll wait and see if the word comes down from Craig Bellamy. No short ones in behind the line from Jonah Pezzit. Only a thing of the past, aren't they? Chip and chases, little grubbers like that. Change made by Adam O'Brien. Daniel Saifiti is out there now, just outside the 20 as Ponga steps inside Liero, taken down only just. Scrambling defence through Wishart and also Katoa. Now a chance. Ponga! What a pass! Chihuahua! An absolute bullet from Ponga to Chihuahua, and the Knights are in again.
Look at him pointing out the open side and goes the blind. Look at this for a pass. Warwick caught flat-footed. He was in front of Best. Chihuahua.
Two successive play the balls from this man. This one Holding its line. Harry Grant, who was there to make the tackle. Elliott goes to Cogger. Here is Ponga. Best now runs towards Warbrick. Gets a hold of him and takes him to ground. The ball comes free. It's been ripped out by Warbrick.
Tackle was finished.
One of a good crowd on a Sunday night in Newcastle. Despite the 0-2 start, they haven't lost faith. The diehards, after what they've been through and then what they saw at the end of 2023. Ponga adds 2 points. They won't die wondering here. Ponga to best. He might have got a little bit too excited there. They put it down. A smile from Kalen Ponga, because at half-time he's played a big role in helping his team build a handy lead. It's quite the battle. Pappenhausen versus Ponga. It's the former of those who gets things underway for this second half. Here is Daniel Saifiti. Break. Here is Alec McDonald. Runs towards the 30. Croker is out there again now. Point for McDonald. Harry Grant just adjusting his legs. That was very generous of Harry there. Looking after his forwards' legs. Don't see that too often. Short side. Wishart comes across to Katoa. Up against Cogger. Diving in around the legs, but legally so. It's Daniel Saifiti. Grant comes through the hands of Wishart. The arrow here in the middle. Awkward looking tackle by Adam Elliott. He was on the wrong shoulder. Did well to hang on. One more play. Comes to Peasant now. He'll kick towards the corner. Here's Coates again off the back of what he did. He taps it backwards to Pappenhausen, and Melbourne have points. Of course, it had to be. Xavier Coates.
Looks like he's deliberately tapped this one back, Coates, rather than trying to catch the ball. We've seen him do it so many times, AFL style, above his head, deliberately taps it back. Pappenhausen on the spot. Exactly what they didn't need, the Newcastle Knights, to allow the Melbourne Storm to score first in the second half. Pappenhausen on the spot. Melbourne back in it.
Watch him again, up above everybody. Pappenhausen there. Of course, Pappenhausen is there, trailing through. It's become a set play in the NRL. We saw Kyle Felt do it for the Cowboys. Nick Meaney bending this one back. A beautiful sunset here in Newcastle. Adam Elliott coming from the field there. Almost made him an Irishman. Here's a chance. For Meaney, spins away from the sideline. Comes back through Peasants. Kamikamitha up against Lucas. Got some help there from Gamble. Plenty of tackles though. Up their sleeve, Melbourne. Grant goes to Peasants. Comes to Crossland, who wraps him up. Brady thereabouts as well, making sure he hits the deck. 3 plays remaining. Comes to Wishart! He steps through everybody! Simple stuff by the fill-in halfback for Melbourne.
Yeah, we talk about fatigue in the game now. They've got the football back. That's great play there by Wishart. Off the right foot. There it is for the Harvey Norman replay. The dummy, the footwork. They couldn't close the gap back on the inside. It was Leo Thompson. Just couldn't get there quick enough. Well done there by Wishart. Wrong foot's Ponga at the back. And scores.
News to Kalen Ponga's reaction as well.
There's been 24 errors in this game. 12 apiece. There's a lot of errors, but it's going to go right down to the wire now.
So a bit of wax in the ear for Dylan Lucas. Here is Saifiti. They didn't want to run the ball, but they've got the win. Newcastle are on the board in 2024.